Individuals with hearing loss often report that they experience significant difficulties listening in noisy environments despite well fitted hearing aids and cochlear implants with sophisticated noise reducing features. Although there have been improvements in directionality and noise reduction, a common challenging situation that both adults and children with hearing loss face is trying to communicate with people when there's background noise around them. 31% of hearing aid wearers experience difficulties in background noise. I'm Peytra, clinical trainer at Phonak, and I am so delighted to be with you virtually to talk about Roger today. Hearing aids provide the most benefit when the speaker is within 5 feet of the listener, and this is referred to as the near field. When noise is introduced to the listening environment, hearing aids apply sophisticated directional microphone technology and noise canceling features to provide an increase to the signal to noise ratio, optimizing speech intelligibility and listening comfort within that 5 feet range. But as soon as the noise increases and the distance between the listener and speaker becomes larger, additional microphones, such as Roger, are needed to maintain speech intelligibility and understanding while overcoming both distance and noise. And this larger distance is referred to as the far field. When hearing gets tough in these challenging situations, such as in noise, over distance, or in reverberant acoustic environments, Roger is the solution. Now, Roger is an adaptive digital wireless transmission technology running on the 2.4 gigahertz band. Audio signals are digitized and they're packaged in very short digital bursts of codes. And then they're broadcast several times, each at different channels between 2.4 and 2.48 gigahertz. And this prevents any interference. Or explained simply, a way of transmitting speech directly to a hearing instrument. Now, our focus today is Roger technology. And as a reminder, Roger is not Bluetooth. Roger is a proprietary wireless signal. And as a reminder, all Marvel, Paradise, and Lumity devices have Roger Direct technology that allows the hearing aids to seamlessly connect to Roger microphones, both O2 and O3 technology. So here you can see all of the devices that are connected at once. So that could be 8 Bluetooth classic connections with Paradise and Marvel, Paradise and Lumity, 2 active connections at the same time. And then of course, all of your other accessories, including Roger microphones as well. But who is a Roger candidate? Truly, I think about all patients. I think about that patient on the far left, Peter. He's come in, he's fit with well-fitted hearing aids. Verification measures have been performed, yet he's still struggling in his meetings at work, and he notices his job performance is starting to decline. I also think about that patient in the middle, Andrea. She is your rising senior. She is off to college in the near future, and so she'll be in a variety of environments, including large lecture halls where she'll need to hear the professor. And finally, I think about Maria, your patient on the far left. She's active, but she's starting to withdraw from her social situations because it's too difficult to hear. So here I'm so proud to introduce the Roger On, this unique microphone, really focusing on 3 pillars, including hearing performance, ease of use, and versatility. Phonak has a well-documented history of demonstrating speech intelligibility improvements with Roger in noise and over distance. And this newest study comes from Dr. Linda Thibodeau at the University of Texas at Dallas. Results showed that Roger technology improves speech understanding by up to 61% and 75 dBA of noise, as compared to users wearing only hearing aids in a group conversation. Now, Roger technology is very efficient at enhancing the speech intelligibility in background noise and from a distance. You might be familiar with multi-beam technology. It was first introduced in our Roger Select, that round disc, and then it was also introduced in the table mic too. Multi-beam technology is unique wireless microphone technology that automatically activates the microphone beam with the best SNR. And so by combining the output of the three microphones, a six microphone beam combination can be produced. And so that as that conversation moves around, Roger can keep up. But how does this work with our device? Multi-beam technology is one of the unique features of Roger On. It analyzes the signal to noise ratio of each directional beam hundreds of times per second, and the beam with containing the highest SNR is then activated. When in a conversation, especially in a complex listening situation, it's crucial that the patient knows which direction the speaker is talking from so they can turn accordingly to have both the speech and visual cues for understanding. Of the six microphone beams, multi-beam 2.0 technology selects the beam with that best SNR, while also giving that hearing aid patient spatial information to determine which direction the speech is coming from. And so that's unique with this new Roger On, that multi-beam technology 2.0. It allows for that transmission of speech signal to be heard in surround sound, so your patient knows where that signal is coming from, truly creating more of that natural listening experience when they're on the go or in a restaurant, for example. Now, just like our other Roger microphones, the Roger On is versatile. There's automatic switching no matter the situation that your patient is in. So it can be used in three different listening modes and then one streaming mode. So table mode placed on that round table environment at a restaurant, maybe at a board meeting. It can also be used in pointing mode. So a great use if your patient cannot place that Roger microphone anywhere. Maybe they're at a cocktail party or gathered around a table like that, and they can focus on one speaker by pointing that microphone. Presenter mode is another mode of the Roger On. So clipped on, lapel style, or worn around the neck to hear that lecture. And of course, streaming. So it can be plugged into any multimedia, including a TV, so used in place of a TV streamer. And it also can be plugged directly into a laptop or a desktop computer. So I think about those patients who work remotely and they rely on a consistent signal throughout their computer for voice calls, video calls with customers. I always like to review installing Roger receivers into the hearing aid microphones, so I'll walk us through step by step this process. So that is a one-time process that needs to be done with both the right hearing aid and the left hearing aid. As a reminder, you'll want to make sure that all other devices on your desk are turned off so you don't accidentally transfer receivers into another patient's hearing aids, for example. Once you have completed that installation process, I always love to go into the software and ensure that those Roger receivers installed correctly. So you can see there's two ways. The first way is simply connecting the devices to the software, hovering over that hearing aid, and see you can see here this is a Sky Marvel hearing aid. On the right side, there is both an O2 Roger receiver installed and an O3 receiver. So as a reminder, all of those devices can store both types of receivers. O2 are used in the school environment, and O3 would be your personal Roger microphone. So a kiddo who uses Roger at school, and then maybe has one with his family that he uses on the weekends. So that's the first way to check. Another way to check if Roger receivers were installed is by clicking into the fitting tab of our software, device options, and on that left-hand side, you will see that Roger Direct status. That's a new section. Within the last couple years, we added that. So nice visibility to you in that way. For all clinicians, it is important to remember when devices are sent in for repair. If receivers were installed in that patient's hearing aids, please mark that on the repair form. So if it was a Marvel, a Paradise, or Lumity hearing aid, you would simply check the box if it was an O2 or O3 receiver. And that ensures that we send those hearing aids back to you with the appropriate receivers installed. And if you have questions on that, please reach out to myself or your account manager, and we can walk you through that. Unique with Roger is that it is adaptive. So the Roger signal is adaptive depending on the level of background noise. So as that background noise gets louder, the Roger signal gets louder too. And this can be done in two different ways: standard adaptive behavior or dual adaptive. We'll walk through first the standard adaptive behavior. You can see that it's the default setting if you click in our target software. In this setting, that Roger signal increases until the noise is 76 dB. That noise level is measured at the Roger microphone. That Roger will provide that 20 dB improvement in SNR. The second setting is dual adaptive, and you can see in this setting that Roger signal is increased until that noise level is 66 dB. Above that noise level at 66, the hearing aid is then attenuated by up to 10 dB. And so that just provides a little bit more comfort to your patients. Again, this is in the target software. If you wish to change it, the default is that first behavior that we just showed, the standard adaptive, but you can always put that patient in dual adaptive if they need a little bit more comfort. Now, unique with this Roger microphone is the ability to connect with an app, and that is called